Yeah. Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad ain't pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big.
Well, this venue will host Super Bowl 55 in a couple years' time, but for now, we've got non-playoff football here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, black 22. Watch the slant, Shift, watch the shift.
Watch twist.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll run on first down. It's Logan, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check 52's the mark. 52's the mark.
Easy. Let's go.
Here's Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Ready. Black 25.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard
All
line.
right, stop. On deck. Slam. Flip it. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Here I come.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Wait. They're not ready for this. They still play.
Jameis again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Easy.
To the air again with Winston. He's got Evans. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check 43. Slam.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Tuesday.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big run there by Freeman, 46 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's get out 21. Let's get off the field, D.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
54, south. Check three. Back, south.
Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
The first down throw for Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 2nd down. Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 24. Check easy.
First carry for Peyton Barber. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Winston now finding Godwin, complete. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Jameis now on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 30, the 30, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Back to it after the pick six. Winston. That's complete to Auclair, the tight end. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a give, running right, Barber. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 99. Check 99. Check it. Here we go. Even.
Running is Barber. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On first down, it's Barber. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Shoot. Alert 3. Alert 3. Easy.
Winston gives to Barber. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Flip it. Flat down. Flip it.
Third and short yardage. Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Check. We got double up. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, orbit. We taking wings home. Mike, ready to go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. On 1st down, Ryan eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Express. 22. Hey, Charlie. Wait. 20.
To throw again, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Hey, 7. Hey, watch your leg. 45. Ready to go.
To throw again is Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
45 the mark. 6 man. Check curls. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Wait. I'm coming after you. Ready, set.
2nd and 10 now, Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
It's a party now. Mike's 54. Mike's 50. Hey, echo. Here we go. Hey, Rick Lance. Hey, Rick Lance.
Ryan will throw again. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Even.
Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. Airing this one out for Evans. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Going down. Get it. Back 25. Tight end left. Alert. Check. Hey, Delta. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Hey, 59. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
21. Joker. Hey, watch it. Out.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. 30, 10, 5, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready, you ready? Mike, 45. Hey, keep it up. Wait. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Hey, watch that. Check 51. Hey, exit. Here we go. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Now Ryan on first down. He's got Smith here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Right there.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Coming after you. 45. Got it. Watch the out. Under 10. 45.
Ryan now to throw on third down. Looking downfield for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Mike, 45. Move. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45. Check. 45 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Ryan. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, Haywood. Mike's 54. Hey, let's get that home. Right there. 54.
Again, Ryan. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. This will be dumped off to Barber. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Easy. Where's 52?
First down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run here with Barber. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Wait. 45, Mike, 45. Here we go. Alert flare. Hey, here we go.
3rd and long for Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vic Beasley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Down, ready, 280.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Easy. Flip it. Check 59. It's 59.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now it's Barber. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Watch the twist. Watch the hut.
Right back to him on first down. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Kill. Hey, 5-0.
On the carry, it's Logan. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. T.J. Logan, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. You don't see option pitches a whole lot in the NFL, but there worked out pretty well, resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read. Pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return as his guys are able to regain the lead. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one that puts them in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score that put you behind. Well, that score you just added on the board will energize them, or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. On second down, it's Barber. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Once again, it's Barber. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. And that is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
20. 20. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Got it.
Now it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. On 2nd down, Freeman. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Winston. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Tack McKinley in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Back near his own goal line, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 33 yards that time. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Open man is Howard, the tight end.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf.
And that's caught inside the 30. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. Here's Winston. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. So the onside kick will come with 17 seconds to play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Check 25. Come on, dude. Check. Check three. Check three. Check three. Check three.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Freeman again. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. On the draw, this is Smith. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
51, Tom. Base. Check 45. Bravo. Watch the run. 45 is the mark. I smell fear in that offense. 51.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down.
45. Hey, whoa. 51, Sam. Got. 45's the mic. Hey, 59, ready. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You know, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Atlanta, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, despite the loss here, they're going to wind up with a very good 11-5 overall mark. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
This be the green light. Go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. You'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred. Meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the crown. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all. Keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets.
Let's go, let's go!
On the set.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I got one.
Hey, Sam off. Yep. Step.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
All day, baby, all day. Check, nickel.
Now.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 36.
This is Gordon. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
He's crazy. He's checking crazy.
General West. Go. Hey, seam 6. Seam hit it.
To throw is Locke. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Check 99. Check the backer. Watch safety creep.
Hey, foxtrot. Deep rip.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
It's Hill, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line.
Hey, hold it.
Check. No. Check 37.
Get it.
From the red zone now, Locke. That one complete to Hill. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a third and goal.
Look at me. Go.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt, his third touchdown now on the year, and the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their own 42.
Check. Fresno. Yellow.
Ito Smith, his first carry. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 2nd and inches, Mahomes. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Right on these two. Right on these two. Go on, 15. 15. Mike 51. Mike 51.
On 1st down, Mahomes. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Devin Funches with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Yeah.
These two teams all tied after 1.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop.
Let's go, B.
Hey, lock it. Go.
Switch. He's coming. We got double up.
Blue draw Corkers. Hey, Charlie. Hit it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They ended up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he... gets to play in the game.
Here we
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Check 9, check 9. Watch the safety green. Go. Greystone, travel. Hey, high 7.
They're going to go. It's locked. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Yellow. That's a line. Check 53's right. Ready? Check 4, check 4. Whip, whip. 15. Watch the whip. Hey, 57 color, 57 color. Eyes high.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's got Herndon, his tight end.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. A give to Smith out of the gun. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He wants it all for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got...
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
53's the money. 53.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And some space here. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Go. 10, under 10, 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Luck being chased out left. This is Gordon on the dump off. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now this throw caught left side. A first down there on a pickup at 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. And the Jets, first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Mahomes now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On play action, it's Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Now. Slam.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready? 15-1. 15-1. Let's keep moving. Mike 5-9.
On 2nd and 12. Luck. That's complete. It's Gordon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They come out here in the I. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Melvin Gordon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smarter...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
24, Jets 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Mahomes going to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To try again after the sack. Mahomes, that's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Hey, exit.
58 to the mic. Go. Go. 58 to the mic. 58. 58 to the mic.
Get it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. A first down carry for Smith. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Mike 20, Charlie. Check tight.
From the 40 now on second down. Mahomes going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, he's going to go deep for Funchess. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Credit that breakup to Greedy Williams.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A first down and then some, 36 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Yellow. Go on, 80. Hey, we have 15. 49. Check 49. Check 49. 51 to Mike. 51. And color. Blue down. Yellow. Wide. Get wide.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Sanders' kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's got Lockett. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Mike 15, 6. You ain't got nothing. Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Let's bring it. Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Guys, game situation. Let's go. Check it out. Switch it.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. Hey, watch the slam.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Check three. Easy. Hey, 15. H3, 218. Chop.
Balaj. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Attack! 6 guys! Check 6 guys! I don't need to.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, You're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now Love. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point safely through, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 46. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now Love. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yellow. 180. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my attack. 51's the mark. Right side.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Love. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dante Pettis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Then the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Ito Smith, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.